Hello YouTube, my name is Yes, and welcome back to another, direct video. And I think this is my second speculation video about directs without any actual direct. I think so. Did I do my when is it happening video before the mini? Probably did. But anyway, today is the 3rd of July. Video probably is going to go up on today as well. And there's been some recent developments about a possible direct happening this month. So I thought, or maybe in the future, so I thought, why not make a video about, not just speculating how likely is it this July direct, and when, if it's not in July, or when could we expect one, realistically speaking. So let's get on to it. But actually, before we get on to it, we need to very briefly just talk about the shit show that is right now, internet 2020, but more recently the whole thing that's been going on with the Smash Bros community and Evo 2020 online. With the Evo thing, I don't know much. I just know that it was canceled because I believe Mr. Wizard, I think that was his name, got accused of some pretty horrific shit, and that he basically confirmed it all, apologized for it, and Evo 2020 canceled. Absolutely canceled. We had Evo 2020. We were going to have Evo 2020. Now, regular Evo had been canceled, turned into Evo 2020 online, which Smash was not a part of, and then it come crashing down. And yeah, now he came crashing down with this. So it's just a sad set of affairs. But thankfully, the woman spoke out and proven to be real. Most of the times, it's a good thing to remain skeptic, but this has been confirmed. So the guy's a piece of shit. Fuck it. There's no reason to hold back. But anyway, the other one was obviously the thing that happened in the Smash community with Nairo, with Senpai, and I believe D1. I think there was other people involved, but I just know those three. And let's just say, apparently, D1 raped somebody. I don't know if this one has been confirmed true or not. I'm not too sure. And then the Nairo and the Senpai ones have basically been confirmed already by their actions, with Nairo, I believe, sending a message to Samsora apologizing and saying goodbye to him and utilizing his real name, not Samsora. And Senpai, I don't think she has confirmed anything, but the fact that she changed her Twitter bio, not bio, but her tag that used to say "Speak Out" after Pepe, I think that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if I'm butchering that. Came forth and brought the allegations against her forward. And yeah, it's a fucking terrible thing, especially the Nairo and the Senpai one, because they were with underage people. Some people have attacked, not attacked, but like talked about like the fact that apparently, according even to I believe it was Zach Ray, that he had been the one that initiated the thing with Nairo. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't care if somebody's like 14 or 15 and they come out at an adult. It's the job of the adult to stop it. We cannot say that kids can't do, or people under a certain age, like 16 or something, can't do something and then be all perfectly fine when they do something else. I just wanted to address that. I don't know that my opinion doesn't matter at all, but I just wanted to say, not on my behalf, but on behalf of others, I want to thank all of them that came forth. And normally, I'll be completely honest, normally, again, this has been proven or basically admitted in some situations. I don't know about the D1 one, but the Nairo one and the Senpai one seem to be pretty legit, especially with the video and pictures that have been circling around now from the years where the allegations occurred, that they seem pretty convincing. And again, I will say this, normally it's good to be skeptical about stories. It's good to be, I'm never pro any movements like Me Too movement or the speaking out movement that happened recently in wrestling. Not because I don't think we should not talk about it and this thing should not come out. I think they should, but most of the time these movements get hijacked by other people to make and to destroy the life of somebody else. I gave this on stream, this example of the Matt Riddle story of a woman that apparently has been stalking him. Has a history of stalking. During Speak Out, there was this massive thing that happened in wrestling where women were coming forth and accusing people, mostly men, of wrongdoings and sexual assaults, and she came forth with her story, which, here's the thing, I don't know if the story is true or not, and if it is true, then he's a piece of shit, but a lot of the story had plot holes. A lot of people could see the plot holes forming, and a lot of people just wanted to believe her because she was a woman. And yeah, and in that movement, the Speak Out movement, at least we know some things are being done. The police is investigating it, and WWE, the company where Matt Riddle works for, has come forth and said, like, we'll fire anyone with if we have irreversible or very, very, very strong evidence. Like, these things are basically all but confirmed to us, so we're going to fire them. They already fired 3 wrestlers. They fired 2 referees. They suspended another wrestler. So yeah, normally I'm very, again, saying this, like, the Matt Riddle story is a great one to showcase, like, sometimes if it's true, piece of shit. If it's not true, her story right now, even if it's true, the story has a lot of holes that she could fill out and help people be more believe it. So I lost my train of thought. I was going to say I want to thank them for coming forth, not for me, but for other people. Because obviously we need the information needs to come out, but obviously I think it should first go to the police, especially because, like, because again of the Matt Riddle thing, which we'll see how it pans out, but it could ruin somebody's career or somebody's life. If not true, if it's true, it doesn't matter where you come for first, but it's just a thing of, like, I'm very doubtful a lot about some sort. You have to be skeptical. But the other thing I wanted to say is thank you not just for them for being brave enough to come forth, but also for especially the guys that come forth, because normally, and I've seen it already with some of these stories. It's when guys get sexually assaulted, people dismiss it, and again with Pepe, I believe that's how we pronounce it. Again, I'm sorry if it isn't. Some people were like, "Oh, my man was 14 and getting some," despite the fact that she was 25. It's like, that's disgusting. And yeah, maybe a 14-year-old would be okay with it, thinking like, "Yeah, I got some," but that fucks you up. That fucks you up completely, and still, so fuck you if you're okay with that. And yeah, I mean, this was the elephant in the room we need to talk about, especially because I've covered a lot of Smash in this, but still, it's a heavy topic. But still, Chivas, let's move on to more lighter topics, something much better. Not better, much lighter. Let's go on to the speculation regarding the possible direct. So recently there was a tweet going out by Jeff Grubb, the guy that from VentureBeat that no, wasn't the first, but basically the guy that was coming forth with the information about the Nintendo Direct for the Direct in March, late March. Came forth and had his list of announcements that were coming out that he has had for a while now. And a lot of the things that he had there has always been correct. And then below it, and I probably will have the tweet on screen somewhere, Kalios, which was a person I believe in, what was it? I believe it was February of this year, talked about the Nintendo Direct happening in March on the 26th. That, I mean, you could say, and a lot of times I'll say, that's lucky. That's a very good call. Like, 26th of March in February, calling that in February, that's the thing that impresses me the most. Because, like, you could say, like, oh, he just got the date right. But here's the thing, Nintendo Directs normally happen on the first 2 weeks of the month. And again, if you're going to be a leaker, you're going to have to have balls to be a fake leaker, to leak a Direct after Animal Crossing. Nobody predicted that. I certainly didn't predict that. I thought it was absolutely happening in January, and then when that proven wrong, I was like, it's definitely happening before the launch of Animal Crossing, and we didn't get it until 6 days afterwards. So then this person, Carlos, sent a tweet saying, you forgot the Nintendo Direct in July, which has once again started the train going on possibly a Direct happening this month, where a lot of people were already dismissing the idea that we wouldn't be getting one until later on. I'll talk about it in a little bit. So the conversation now is, can we believe this? Well, at first it was like, this person has gotten the March Direct right, so maybe they're right. Maybe. Then we have, I believe, John Harker, which I don't know who he is. I think he's the guy from, wait, let me just just make sure, because I think he was on Reset Era saying something else, not confirming, but saying that there was a possibility about the direct happening this month. Wow, it just gave me a fictional character from the Bram Stoker's Dracula. Lovely. Um, where is it? Oh yeah, no, John. I know who he is. John Arco is the guy that leaks Ubisoft stuff. That's what it is. Okay, now I remember. The moment I saw that Ubisoft, I was like, oh yeah, the Ubisoft leaker. Discussed the possibility of it, and then Nate Drake and Jeff Grubb on I believe in Nate Drake's podcast, or Nate the Hates podcast, because that they didn't deny it from my understanding, but they also didn't confirm it. They didn't throw out the possibility of it happening, which is more than what we've seen from so far from some of them. Sometimes even Nate said on Reset Era, right before the announcement, not the announcement, the second trailer for Paper Mario, that he wasn't expecting a Paper Mario thing until July, and then boom, it happened the day after, I think. So, could the directs be happening in the near future? If so, when? Well, here's the thing. Another thing I wanted to bring up before I get to that end of mine. Another thing that made me I'm not going to say it's 100% happening in July, but it kind of lines up with Direct in July. Kind of seems like a very strong possibility, or at very least a mini Direct is likely. And the reason for it is today is the 3rd. It's a Friday. It's Friday afternoon as of the time of me recording this, and in a little bit I probably will go live on a stream to get the Tetris 99 Xenoblade Chronicles theme, and probably go live on stream with it, and probably already has happened, and it'll be the eye above, probably somewhere above my head. I forget where they put it. I think it's the left one. I'm not sure. The left side of the screen, I think it is. I think today. So yeah, Nintendo didn't do an announcement on Wednesday, on Thursday. Most of us were expecting, most of us are still expecting, I think, that if Nintendo is having a game in August, then we're gonna probably hear about it on a Thursday, because that's when they announced shit this year. Probably around the next 2 weeks, because if it's August, then if they do it after Paper Mario comes on the 17th, that would be, let me just make sure, with the 23rd or the 30th, that would be less than a month, and I believe that they've never done that. They never announced the game, and then 1 month later they had it ready. Not even Ring Fit Adventure had that. I think Ring Fit Adventure it was like 50 something days, so it was over that. And we don't have a game if there is a game for August, which a lot of people, myself included, believe, a lot of people believe there will be, in fact, not Paper Mario, Pikmin 3, Deluxe, Extra, whatever they want to call it. So if it happens in August, yesterday was June 2nd, a Thursday, no announcement. So and Paper Mario comes out on the 17th. I doubt that they're going to release it on the 7th. They're going to announce it on the 16th. They haven't done that yet. So obviously a lot of people have been saying like, oh, maybe they won't do that because like that week will be the week preview for Paper Mario. Here's the thing. Paper Mario was confirmed on the week preview of Xenoblade, or the week for previews of Xenoblade Definitive Edition. So I'm guessing if it is to happen, Direct could fit in perfectly around the 9th. Be it the 9th, be it a mini Direct, be it the general massive Direct. I also think that Nintendo probably got a lot of pushback from third parties, because we heard about the Nintendo cancellation of the E3 Direct and telling third parties, go ahead, announce your shit without us. And here we are, and it's been roughly 2 months since then. It was around April, I believe we heard about this, or March even. I know April was after the mini Direct. And barely any announcements have come out for the Switch. Actually, there hasn't been that many announcements after, like, what was it, May? Now we've been getting jack and shit. Now, obviously, you could say, oh, because of the PS5 reveal and all the shit that happened in America, the companies delayed all of their stuff. True, but here's the thing. Next week, we are getting Devolver Digital Direct on the 11th. Then we're getting a Ubisoft presentation on the 12th. We had EA Play like last month. We are getting a Xbox event on the 20th, the week of the 20th. I don't think we have a date for it. So that's why I'm thinking if there is a direct, if this rumor is to be believed, there will be a direct on the 9th. No later than that. Maybe no later than that. Because here's the thing. The longest we have been without a Nintendo announced game with a release date was from the launch of Animal Crossing on the 20th of March through 6 days until the mini direct where they announced the release date of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. That's a 6-day window. That's not too long. So after Paper Mario, we have one first party announced. Seems familiar, just like in March. So would they wait 6 days to announce it? That would put it on the 23rd. Kind of matches up with the past. However, that is also the week of the Xbox presentation. Now, I don't think they're directly competing with one another. I just think that maybe they will be like, nah, we don't, not now, we won't go with. I just feel like it would be much more of outside of E3, Nintendo doesn't really do things when they are massively competing with other people. They rarely do that when like there's big presentations. Then again, it's been a while since we've seen big presentations from Sony and Microsoft outside of E3. So I don't know. I just feel like that maybe the fact that we have no games, no dated games after Paper Mario, and Paper Mario is not Animal Crossing, I feel like maybe they'll announce it beforehand. So I'm feeling the 9th, even if it's a mini, the 9th feels right. But I also thought that January felt right for a major direct, and it didn't happen. So, disregarding this rumor, well, before we get to the disregarding rumor, what could we expect in this direct? Honestly, that was the other thing. I think also the third parties, maybe, I was going to say that and I lost myself lost in the train of thought. Maybe we haven't seen anything from third parties because maybe some of them pushed back on Nintendo saying like, no. We're still announcing shit on the Direct. Why? Because being on the Nintendo Direct is a huge stage. Millions of people watched it. Let me just... I just closed the wrong tab. Let me just go to YouTube right now. And actually, let me search the Nintendo Direct Mini from March just to see how many views it has so far on YouTube. This was a mini direct that just got shadow dropped onto YouTube, and it has, drumroll please, if my internet was working, it is, and it has 4.6 million. This is a mini direct with no major announcements and no reason for people to go back and watch it. Some other times we go back, I will sometimes go back and watch directs and direct reactions because of the announcements made there, and I want to, it's cool to go back and rewatch them. And that direct has 4.6 million. If I could, let me check Nintendo's the YouTube page just to make sure of something. It's always very interesting to see these things. Going by most popular, let's see what's the first direct that pops up. Okay, we have the first look of the Switch, then Mario Odyssey, then the Switch parental controls. The first Nintendo Direct that shows up here is Jeebus. There's a lot of things that are not directs. Well, first things, oh no, it's not. I was gonna say it's a Splatoon one, it isn't. Basically, it is the Super Smash Bros. 2018 E3 presentation, the 25 minutes, which basically was a direct on itself that has 7.3 million views. And the first direct, where is the first direct? It's the Pokemon Direct from February last year with 5.4 million, followed by the Smash one in August of 2018 at 5.3 million, and there's no other directs. That's a little bit weird. Actually, yeah, wow. Then we have the Paper Mario announcement at 4.9 million. Then Super Mario Maker 2 at 4.7, followed by the mini direct, 4.6 million, and funnily enough, the next direct outside of the Pokemon one, the next general direct will be a Nintendo Direct also from March of 2018. But also, it's good to remember that a lot of these, March Direct of 2018 was very good. But also we have to remember that these directs, the Direct 2018 had the announcements for Smash, but also the directs have people watching it live. So obviously it's going to have even more viewers there, and like 250,000 people watching at once, 500,000, maybe more. So maybe third parties fought back to be like, no, my dudes, we're doing a direct. We want to be a part of the direct. Don't cut us out. So what could we expect in this direct in July? Well, even in July, I could see them announcing the August game, should there be one, and be Pikmin, probably. The September game, should it be one and be the Mario Collection or 3D World. Maybe talk a little bit more about the Crown Tundra. But here's the thing, if it's a mini direct, I could see those announcements plus some bigger announcements. But if it includes something like, I don't know, a Smash character reveal, I'm guaranteeing you, unless it's one like they say like, oh, by the way, the next character to be a part of Smash Brothers comes from the Xenoblade franchise or comes from the Pokemon franchise, and boom, conversation is that there. I mean, they probably would do, well, no, actually, yeah, they could do Xenoblade, especially if it is somebody else outside of Rex that was a character for Xenoblade, for example. I was gonna say, if it's Xenoblade, we're all probably gonna know it's like gonna be Rex, but I'm like, no, it could be Rex, it could be, I discussed that in another video about this with the Echoes and another character, no, actually she has an echo, not an ankle, spirits, stupid of me. Where was I? Right, the direct. What else can we expect in that direct? If it is if it includes a Smash announcement, it won't be a mini. If it is a full-blown reveal trailer, they're gonna hype that shit up because they know people are gonna watch it just to see Smash. And you know, you just have, and then I think if the Paper Mario or the Mario announcements are there, they're probably gonna make a big deal out of it. I also think that we could see the next big the big holiday title and even Pokemon Snap release date. And I know some people think it's not 2020, but remember, Cafe Mix was given a coming soon on the Pokemon Presents, and it was out a week later. Yeah, but will it happen this month? I don't know. There is hope. At least there is hope. Finally, we've been going on for about 6 months without a hope of a direct happening. Actually, like since the mini direct and then the cancellation of E3. But we've going on about almost a year without a direct. It will be a year in the 4th of September. I think that's when the last direct aired. So yeah, that's a thing. So could it? Well, yeah. So I'm just repeating myself a lot. I'm stupid. But could it happen? Here's the thing. If it doesn't happen now, I don't see it happening until September. Until like there's a good reign of what's gonna happen. Not just this year, but early next year. I could see the direct happening now just to fill the year until December, and then like hold off on announcements until like maybe have a direct mini in like November just to announce like a game or two for January or February, and then in January or February announce like the big games coming for 2021, which fingers crossed will be better than the shit show that is 2020. God, can we not just go to sleep and wake up in 2021? I'm tired of 2020 already. And the thing is, 2020 just can't let go. We're already over halfway done, only halfway done, and still keeps beating us up. Seriously, 2020, when this year's over, we'll all be celebrating. But if it is not if not now, then like in September, most likely would be at probably, let me see the dates, probably the 3rd, to make it almost a full year without a big general Nintendo Direct. But yeah, I also don't like the thing that people are comparing Sony and Microsoft to what they're doing with Nintendo. Be like, oh, they can do it, so why can't Nintendo? It's like, yeah, because Nintendo doesn't want to sell their new. It's not that they don't want to sell the Switch. The Switch is sold already. Everybody bought it. Everybody knows about it. You don't need to be like, here's all the shit coming out. The Switch is breaking records left, right, and center. Do I want to see more than just knowing that Paper Mario is coming and then Snap is coming in the near future? Yes, I do. Don't misconstrue my they don't need to I don't want to. I can understand things without liking them. Those are two different scenarios. It's not being a fanboy by saying they don't need to announce. It's a fanboy saying they don't need to announce and they shouldn't announce. I'm saying they don't need to. Would I like to? Or like, not that they shouldn't, like they don't have, it's like that stupid. It's not, forget it. I'm just gonna say is like a fanboy would be somebody like defending not just them not announcing it and not giving you just a reason, but telling that they won't, they shouldn't do it, it's a terrible idea or something like that until Paper Mario is out. I'm just saying they don't need to because the Switch is selling so well, it's breaking records. The Switch sold almost 100,000 units in one random week in June when it's supply constrained in Japan. We know it's doing basically the exact same thing in the States, and although it's not doing that in Europe, it's doing pretty damn well in European countries. If you catch my drift, it's selling pretty damn well. So they don't really need to care. Should they? Yes. Do I want them to show me more? Absolutely. I'm a thirsty bitch. Plus, 2020 sucks major dicks already. I want to see something exciting for the future. There's not a lot for us to look forward to, is there? Jesus. I just don't understand why they're not doing it. And I'm not going to be like, oh, they're not doing it. Fuck them. They don't care. I like a transparency. Radio silence is my favorite one that people bring out. There's been radio silence since September of last year. Fuck the fact that they announced a shit ton of games since then. They released a bunch of games. Just because they didn't have a direct does not mean they've been radio silence. Not only that, they've had directs. Whether you like them or not, they had directs this year. Not general directs, but they had directs. Pokemon Direct was a thing, Animal Crossing Direct was a thing, although both Sakurai Presents and even the Pokemon Presents things were not called directs, they were still basically directs, especially the first Pokemon Presents. Get your head in the game, people. But anyway, before we leave, I just wanna, Jesus. Before we leave, I just wanted to comment on one of the comments or actually the only comment on my will more spirits join the Smash roster, and who could they be? And if you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. It will be really, really cool if you did. Terry Severton commented on the video. Normally I used to do these things on like Can It Be DLC? I'm doing it here because Jesus, I don't feel. I have to really go drink something. I just wanted to comment on it because like, it's easier for me. I prefer doing it this way sometimes than typing a comment. But he said, I believe that we'll get 3 more spirits upgraded to fighters alongside 2 fighters from franchises not in Smash yet, and I believe 3 spirits getting upgraded will be Gino, Shantae, and Rayman, and the fighters from franchises not in Smash Ultimate yet will be Lloyd and Sora. I just wanted to say, kind of good list you have there, kind of, mostly because I don't want Sora in, or at least I don't want Sora in now, because I don't like the fan base, how the sort of fan base has acted throughout Smash Ultimate's life cycle. Although I think Lloyd's his stock rose incredibly with the announcement of Heihachi's Mii costume, I don't see him coming in just because I don't. It feels like if this was a list, if this was a Nintendo chosen list, I don't see Nintendo going for a Tales of series rep. And again, with Gino, I'll see it when I believe it. But the one thing that makes me kind of doubt your list is just the fact that there isn't a Pokemon in there. I don't think I could see Xenoblade not getting in, but I just can't see Nintendo not putting Pokemon there, especially with the DLC Part 2 coming up so soon. I don't know. It feels like it's a thing they will do. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Tell me in the comment section, where do you think the next Direct is going to happen? Do you believe in this July rumor? Or do you think it's not happening until September, August, or God forbid, 2032? But anyway, thank you for watching. Been the Legend of the S. See you guys next time.